See, it's not about unreasonable things have to be. It's not that, let's say, she did something wrong and she is only angry. Now you may think, the hell she is doing wrong and she is only becoming angry, and you are asking me to be humble. What is this going on? There is unreasonable thing. The first thing what you need to do is check what have you done wrong in that situation. Maybe there is something you did wrong. Okay. Now you did wrong. Obviously, she is also doing wrong by being overly angry and all. It is unreasonable, but it has to be responded like an ocean. Not that you are mindlessly tolerating. मेरे पास कोई option तो है ही नहीं वैसे भी. टंग जाएगी पंखे पे. मरूंगा तो मैं ही ना. या चली जाएगी फिर से. आजकल तो कोर्ट केस में भी हमारी बैंड बजती है. ऑप्शन क्यों करी शादी. If you discover you did something wrong, she is doing wrong, you discovered you did something wrong, say sorry for that. Just say sorry for that. Sorry, I was wrong in this. Not that you are being sorry for her nonsense also, but start being sorry for the mistake you did. And you must have done something wrong. सिर्फ आपको उसके लिए सॉरी बोलना है और कुछ नहीं करना. Yes, I understand. This is something which I did wrong, and you must have felt bad about it. I'm sorry. Males generally go in two extremes. One is they start saying sorry for everything. कि भैया अगर नहीं बोला तो काली माता कहीं पकड़ के काट ही ना दे. दूसरा, the hell with it. You cannot behave in this way. Fine. आप कितना दबाओगे प्रेशर कुकर को, वो फटेगा. You need to know how to diffuse the pressure. That's an art. And she will tell you, she will say sorry to you. It's my guarantee, 110% on bond paper I can write. She will come and tell sorry to you at that time. And that's another principle. When she comes and says sorry to you for something, don't make a case out of it. See, I was telling you. I didn't tell that time because you were not in a mood to listen, right? Don't do that. Then you have spoiled everything. Just say, it's okay. Fine, it happens. You know why? Because woman looks for security. The more she is secured, she is at her best. She can do anything. She can do anything for you. Anything for you. See, please try to understand something. One relationship, this is something. Why you need to work so hard for this? Why you need to work so hard for a husband-wife relation? This is working hard, right? Working hard. आपके पसीने निकल रहे हैं एसी के अंदर. Why? Because if you see your entire lifespan of whatever 75, 80 years, वैलिड लगा लो तो 60 साल, उसके बाद इधर उधर के शुरू के 5-10 साल, बाद के 5-10 साल तो वैसे भी, पर जो भी है, let's take an entire lifespan of 80 years for time being. Which is a relationship which is going to be for the maximum period of your life? It is going to be husband-wife relationship. आप मानो ना मानो, फैक्ट तो यही है. When it comes to the blood relations, you don't have to work hard to develop love. आपको थोड़ा ना बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ी अपनी माँ से प्यार करने के लिए. भाई नेचुरल खून का रिश्ता है. खून, वही खून मेरी रगों में. खून के रिश्ते की ताकत ही अलग होती है. Without any effort, you have love for your father, father has love for you, you have love for your sibling, sibling has love for you. है कि नहीं है? आपने कोई एफर्ट डाला किसी ने यहां पे बैठ के? हस्बैंड वाइफ रिलेशनशिप इज नॉट अ खून का रिश्ता. Point to be noted, my lord. It is not a blood relation. Therefore, you'll have to work hard. And don't think if I'm having a very nice, 5 years, 4 years of knowing each other and loving, marriage, after marriage, things are different. Things are going to be different. Maybe I don't know how many of you, I'll be very frank, some of you may have had relationships before coming to Krishna consciousness. Different, लगता है कि सब ठीक है. After marriage, things are different. Don't think your wife, any woman, is going to be different because now she's seeking security. She is committed now. So she wants a man on whom she can depend. Okay? On whom she can depend. If she's bad, or she's having a bad past, or she's having a bad association, anyways, what can pull her out of it? It is your love for her. It is her confidence on you. It is your attachment with her. It is your bond with her. Anyways, you can pull her out from anything. So, anyways, this is needed. You know, this is what it is. So, you have to invest in this relationship. Believe me, you have to work hard in this relationship. And if you can work hard, if you can make it work, if she gets that confidence, this man is there with me, even if I undergo a high and low of my life, he's always there with me. You will be the most important man for her. She'll never leave you. She can do anything for you. And don't think I'll get the best quality girl and then only this is going to. But this is, even if you get the best quality girl, you have to be the husband of that cadre. Otherwise, you get a wrath of your wife also. No problem, even if she's the best quality. Because by nature, woman seeks security. And by doing all these things, handling the negatives, which I just told some of the principles, she'll get confidence. Now, when she gets confidence, oh, I'm confident, this guy is there with me always. You did something really amazing. You did the thing, when her mood was off, you operated that situation so nicely. In 15 minutes, you brought her back. Those 15 minutes were like hell of your life. Oh my God, where is life going? And after that, suddenly you kept your cool. You applied these principles, and somehow or other, you navigated through. And she is like the bubbliest woman in the planet. She's just laughing, and she's making something. What should I make for you? This is Monday. Tuesday, her mood is off. And I said, Monday मैंने किया ही है, ठीक हुई. ट्यूसडे को तुम क्यों ऐसे कर रही हो? अभी हम लोगों का कैसे हो गया ना, we have become so standardized in our life. Monday equal to Tuesday is equal to, for us, that is a benchmark of consistency, that we are equal in our emotions all through. बस ऐसे ही चलता रहे, बस बिंदास रहते हैं. That's not how females are. For Monday is different. Tuesday is going to be different. Wednesday is different. Okay. You did good. She reciprocated with you on Monday. She is justified. Woman is justified always. Woman is always justified, You did something good, she reciprocated immediately. You can't say because I did good for next 100 years, you have to be in that mood only. Always good. It's another mistake to expect that the mood of the wife or woman is going to be the same every time. It is foolishness to expect things like that. I worked very hard, and therefore don't work hard, work smart. You just have to change a bit of your dealings. That's it. The tone and the packaging, that also change. That's it. See, it's not what you say to a woman, that matters. It's how you say. अरे कंटेंट तो ठीक ही था मेरा, पर दिया कैसे वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. How did it lack sensitivity? Did it lack care? Did it lack, was it in a tone of abandoning her, isolating her? These are the things which woman is going to catch. Yeah, things कहीं की भी रहने दो, whichever community, whichever caste, whichever prant, whichever place, whichever planet, doesn't matter. That's how it operates. That's how it operates. You may say whatever it is, but that's how it is. So you know how you say, the packaging matters a lot. अरे मैंने तो सही बोला है, क्या गलत है इसमें? हाँ? बकवास मार रहे हो? एक गलती निकाल दो जो मैंने बोला है, निकालो, कर लो फिर से सही गलत. यू वांट टू बी राइट? राइट ना. Package it nicely, package it with care. Oh, she did a mistake, fine. You have to correct her, but when she's in a mood to listen. But in that mood also, you have to tell her in a way which again doesn't make her feel like isolated, very nicely, very sensitive, and you learn it. ये डरो मत, ये अप्लाई कर करके सीख जाओगे. अगर कभी मन से भी नहीं आ रहा ना, तो ड्रामा कर दोगे तब भी चल जाएगा. It works. It's just that you have to do it very nicely. Works. Why I'm telling these things is because if you can learn to do it, the objective is your bond with your wife should, it's not that she's a crazy person, but that's how women are. ऐसा नहीं आप इसके बाद GS के लिए जाने वाले हैं. Oh, don't worry, your mind is gonna be there with you wherever you are. Wherever you are, you have to be tolerant, you have to be humble, you have to be sensitive, and you have to have control on your emotions. It's not that only you have to have control. Sometimes you will get emotional, she'll give you shelter. I'm just talking of handling the negatives. That's a percentage of life, it's not an entire life. But if you don't know how to handle negative, that becomes like a large percentage of your life. If you know how to deal with it, it's just a very small portion of life. Generally, you are rollicking only in Grihastha life. You are having nice time, chilling, talking to each other and doing some jokes. खूब मस्ती चल रही है, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. Generally, that is the case. But if you don't know how to handle it, then this becomes it, because she is waiting, when will I get that security from this guy? So she'll continue to be negative until she gets the confidence. So you need to give her that confidence that, okay, I am there with you. And then there may be some bout of it, something will come, you will quickly operate, apply it, and you're fine in like 5 minutes. And sometimes as you progress, eventually it is just a glance and it's all good. And eventually, she is also like so matured, and she absorbs herself in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. She is like fully there, and then she is helping, and she is out of it, completely. But is that initial period, this is very important. And if you don't do it, it just becomes like an expanded relationship of dissatisfaction. Like, proactive, taking ownership, proactive, be an ocean. And as I told, invest in a relationship. It is earned relationship. Nothing is going to happen by magic. Nothing. To earn, you have to prioritize it. You have to ensure this is the most important part of your life. If you can make it work, your life's 70 to 80% of happiness is sorted. If you can make it work. If you can't make it work, everything else is working. All those who are married can agree with me. It will be like a disastrous feeling every day. It will be like a feeling of fear every day. Oh my God, what will happen today? How, from which direction the bomb is going to blow on me? If you learn how to work with it, it's amazing. You have heard some people say, मेरे को घर जाने का मन ही नहीं करता यार. घर जाने का मन. I don't feel like going home. Have you seen? Heard this statement? Home is supposed to give you satisfaction, peace, and everything else. Why that is not there? Because of a weak relationship between husband and wife. See, we may have seen our parents, some of us, अरे दे उनको थोड़ा ना इतना सा पीपीटी पढ़ा हो, थोड़ा इमोशनल कुछ भी नहीं किया उन्होंने, तो उनका तो चल रहा है. देखो हमारी मम्मी पापा तो कहीं भी इधर उधर नहीं गए. हाँ, वो तो यहीं के यहीं है. See, there are 3, 4 things, many of the women, they didn't have an option to go anywhere, any which ways. So they kept getting slaps and they were okay. They kept getting neglected, they were okay because they didn't have an option to go anywhere. But if you have that relationship with your mother and mother really feels you're a man, she'll open up and she'll say, oh, these are some things which are not right. Things could have been better in her life. Okay. If you ask, she'll open up. People open up. I have seen some elder ladies opening up, Yeah, actually, nowadays people are not getting married. I think in one sense it is okay only because क्या रखा है शादी में, हमारा तो पूरा जीवन खराब हो गया बेटा. आंटियों की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, जो सत्संग में आ रही हैं, सत्संग से आ रही हैं, हाँ, भजन करते हुए सुंदर कांड का पाठ करके आ रही हैं. Because they feel, and they were oppressed, suppressed, or they were being like treated like, they felt cheated. मेरे तो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं यार, मेरे तो पूरे जीवन की बैंड बज गई. What happened to me? Kids are in their own way, husband went his own way, and ultimately nothing. And that's why this, if you see some of those relationships, a common observation, the such a common thing I've seen this, where husband was very dominating, very, like a mad animal on the wife, in terms of dominating habits, etc., and also when it's over. In the second half of their marriage life, it's the wife who starts taking the shots and starts pulling apart. And you see this. माता जी तो कितना बात बात पे वो कुछ बोलते भी नहीं है उनकी, फिर भी चलता ही रहता है उनकी सुताई, क्योंकि वो पहले का नहीं का कहती मैं कुछ कर तो पा नहीं रही, अब इनको करती हूं मैं, धाड़ 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 धाड़. That's a sign of frustration coming out. Relationship cannot be like that, that one party is dominating the other party for first half of the life, then the boxing party changes, and then the other party starts boxing. Is that life? Is that what married life is supposed to be? No. It's supposed to be companionship. It's friendship. Deepest friend is your wife, is going to be your wife. Deepest friend. It's up to you what you want to make out of that relationship, honestly. You want to make a hell out of it? Please, hell is going to be there. You don't have to go down Sutala and all. Don't worry, don't bother. But if you want to make heaven out of it, Prabhupada says one of the quotes, just look at this, one of the quotes Prabhupada says, goddess of fortune is there, one of the quotes is there, right? Says it. What does that mean? Goddess of fortune is heavenly. It's complete satisfaction in that house. But you have to go through this. You have to prove that you are a man who can give her security. To prove it. I'm not saying you have to tolerate the unreasonable. When her mood is good, you can tell that no, probably that didn't go well. You should have been like this. And if she has experience of you being there with her, you being sensitive to her, she's not a fool. She'll listen to it and say, yeah, I agree. I was wrong that time. Immediately it will be fine. अगर आपने ये नहीं किया तो आप डंडा ले लेके बोल लो पूरे रिकॉर्ड बना के बोल दो, पूरा एक्सेल खोल लो, पूरा पीपीटी बना दो उसकी, कर तू तो करो कि नहीं है, नहीं मानूंगी, जाओ कर लो, वो करना है कर लो, राइट, और डिसाइड कर लो. Obviously we can't accept unreasonable behavior, we are not here to do that, but for her to accept correction there has to be a relationship. Not because you are I'm husband, your wife. Relationship is there, you have to understand what are. But how are you performing in that relationship? That is important. See, this is very important. Not that you have to become like a timid. See, just try to understand. We are not talking about here being, अरे ऐसा बोला है, डर गए उसका रूप देख के, कुछ नहीं बोलना भाई, चुप हो जाओ. वो नहीं है. Just be there, calm, like an ocean. And if you understand there is a pattern of her behavior, you tell I'm there with you. Hold her and tell I'm there with you. Tell me what went wrong. Tell me I'm there with you. Just this one statement, and then she'll open up. Just that assurance, I'm there with you. Tell me what happened. She'll be there. पर आप उसको अगर डीली इंसेंसिटिवली कर रहे हो तो फिर तो कुछ होने ही नहीं वाला. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू गेट द आउटपुट यू वांट. So that's how, energy works. That's how feminine energy works. If you can manage it, very good. She'll be the one who will come and, stand corrected. Because she wants to live a nice life. She wants a husband she wants to upgrade. But when she sees, it's difficult. I know it's difficult. It's not easy. Because we also have our own. If you fail, correct yourself. That's it. That's our journey as a husband. If you fail, correct yourself. It's just a practice of these principles. If you keep practicing will make you perfect. There's no shortcut, there is no magic wand, there's nothing is going on. That's why I was telling that, no, you can keep inviting different counselors, you can keep inviting different people, everything is just going to be an endless and endless things. Okay, so be a man. Another aspect of this is definitely when you're dealing between your wife and your mother, that's another dynamics you need to handle, because we naturally have like oozing out love for our mothers, which is not a problem, absolutely not a problem. You should love your mother, but you should also love your wife. Why it has to be either or? They are two different people, they are going to have the chemistry what they have. They will have conflicts, sometimes you may have to get into it and resolve it, but your love and sensitivity and care should not drop for both of them. It has to continue. It has to continue. If she did something wrong to your wife, and that takes a whole lot of austerity to be neutral. It's a big austerity to be neutral in life, Generally, we are so. Okay, क्या करें? बना ऐसा कि हम लोग immediately we take that side, Yes, definitely, there is certain decorum, there is something correction to be done and all those things. So you have to be very objective. It's not that you have to be like blind eye henpecked husband or mama's boy. इन दोनों में से आपको नहीं बनना. You have to be a matured individual. If something has gone wrong, understand what went wrong. Have the strength to hear from both the parties impartially. And have the intelligence to cut through the noise and understand what actually happened. If you have guts to do that. If you are there for a झंडू बाम solution, अरे जल्दी करो यार, चुप हो जाओ बस, सब चुप 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 चुप, जब देखो दिमाग खराब करके रखा, then you're not the guy any which way, so don't get into it यार, let them handle. But if you are claiming to be somebody who can intervene and do, so develop that, things. And the other thing, of course, is not every battle has to be sorted by you. Only, It's sometimes the wife says something which the mother-in-law has told something to her. She just wants to express, I felt bad about it. Doesn't mean that you have to go and, hey, I got to know about this. Do you know what happened, mother? And it is going to spoil the relationship even more. And you have actually killed it. She told you, and you tell, yeah, I think that was not a right behavior. Fine. You must have felt bad. I'm there with you. Don't worry, I'm there with you. Fine. So you need to have that intelligence to cut through the clutter. और पेशेंस भी होना चाहिए उतना उतना पेशेंस होना चाहिए पेशेंस ही नहीं है हम खुद ही सीटी बजे आ रही है हमारे प्रेशर कुकर की पिस, 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 उसके ऊपर से आके मैं करता हूँ शॉर्ट बैठो तुम बैठो शॉर्ट नहीं हुआ और आग बढ़ गई ओ भैया और सब कुछ दहन हो गया अंदर ही होलिका दहन यही बना आप ही बैठे हो होलिका की जगह अगर कर सकते हो तो कर लो नहीं तो शांत रहो See, that's why maturity is a rare commodity. But if you start applying these principles, you will develop the depth as a male. See, it's like this. If you have to learn to drive a vehicle, which vehicle you will start driving? साइकिल मतलब कौन सा ऐसा व्हीकल है जिसको अगर आपने चला लिया तो मोर और लेस सब कुछ चला सकते हो कार कार आपने चला लिया तो आप साइकिल भी कर लोगे ये भी कर लोगे वो भी कर लोगे प्लेन भी मोटा मोटी कर ही लोगे if you can manage husband wife relationship you can manage more or less all the other relationships if you can learn how to manage this. That's why Madhurya includes all the rasas, Vatsalya, Das, everything is included in that because you can manage that, everything is like sorted. You be a good boss, you will be a good friend, you will be like everything more or less works fine. Generally, that's a general observation. Not that as a husband who is like always hearing his wife कि सामने ऐसे बैठा हुआ है वो महाराजा स्टैचू देखा आपने एयर इंडिया वाला ऐसे 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 करते हुए जो आप बोल रहे हो वैसे कई बार लोगों को इतना करंट लग जाता है कि वो ऐसे ऐसे करते रह जाते हैं नो इट्स वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट एज अ मेल वी आर सेइंग दैट इफ शी इज इन दैट नेगेटिव होल्ड हर गिव हर दैट सिक्योरिटी आई एम देयर विद यू टेल मी व्हाट हैज हैपेंड deal it with in a same way thing in a very matured way same thing you can make a issue out of it and say that no hellish okay I want to maybe take some questions if there are any और या तो आप सब लोग बन गए मुक्त पति तो ठीक है अच्छी बात है but these are principles we have to just keep applying and after some time somebody was talking about detachment right detachment is not about seeing that nonsense this girl is better to be no that's not going to be detachment I'm telling you when you do this you really understand what is feminine principle that leads to detachment and then when you chant you really develop that depth and then with that depth simultaneously when you are chanting simultaneously when you are reading simultaneously when you are hearing you start to because this is your ashram this is where you need to develop these qualities this is where your ground of improvement is I mean I can't be like in a I'm getting purified in Instagram no I have to get purified in this place, this ashram where I am in. And purification doesn't mean always negative only. Sometimes आपको probably बड़ा purification हो रहा है. Purification actually means knowledge. You understand how things work. It's purification. Your heart got purified, right? Modified. It's knowledge. Knowledge brings detachment. Detachment brings peace, satisfaction. All is connected. Right? Okay. Yeah. So we'll take some questions if there's any. I think you had a very long day after your travels. I don't want to bore you for a long time. But what to do? 3 days are only there for the camp. We have to try to give the maximum possible in these 3 days. Sorry for making things difficult for you, you know. Okay, any questions anybody is having? Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah. Keep rotating the mic. If somebody is very shy, they can write question on a chit, close their eyes and pass the chit, you know.
Close.
If at all, you know. Otherwise, सारी ही हमारी सभा है, कोई टेंशन नहीं, बिंदास बोलो.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for teaching us about what it actually means to be masculine. So my question is, in a situation where at times you don't know what you did wrong, but at the same time the other party wants you to say sorry, and she'll continue to be in that mood of anger unless you say sorry. So how would you how would you handle that situation?
Basically, you see, the way we think is whether the content was wrong or not. But maybe your content was right, but it was presented in the wrong way. That is what she's saying is wrong. Address that. Probably I was not, you know, I didn't think about it, you know. Maybe you are saying the right thing, but at a wrong time or in a wrong way.
And is it good to understand?
Because she's mostly not maniac. Yeah.
And also, is it good to, so when it comes to your content of representing, even if you are right, at times even we fail to understand if we portrayed something in a wrong way or not, because the level of sensitivity is different for different people. So should we consult our friend or anyone else to understand that अच्छा मैंने तो ऐसे बोला था, so ये सही है या गलत, like something
आप
like
कर
that?
सकते हो, पर ultimately you have to crack the code. You can do it once, twice, but ultimately. See, it's just, you know, that first point we started off with, you know, if you are willing to learn, you will get to know where you went wrong. Otherwise, you're doing all damn things wrong, but you are very convinced, no, I'm absolutely right, you know. It's absolutely, I'm amazing, you know. So her wrong, whatever is to be done, I'm not saying she cannot be wrong ever, but obviously she has to, but there's a way to handle the negatives. You know, that is where we generally flunk. We generally flunk in those things. And then there are issues. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you gave us the 3 formulas. So my question is, what if we go against that formula, if we happen to break this?
कर लो, आप खुद ही ट्राई कर. आपकी शादी हुई क्या?
तो बहुत है.
अभी आ गया.
If happen,
इसलिए आप ये क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो इतना जोर से. आप कर लो ट्राई. जब शादी होगी तभी तो कर पाओगे, अभी पहले तो कर नहीं पाओगे.
Obviously, but मतलब it's not about trying. मतलब हो सकता है मैं भी गुस्से, अगर ऐसा हो गया तो
बाय मिस्टेक अगर हो गया, it is fine. You correct yourself. See, that's why I told practice, you know. See, just like you're doing a drama. Do you do everything in good and first take? No, you keep doing, then you suddenly become a very good actor. You cry, people also cry looking at you. Oh, what an amazing actor. Amazing. This guy is really amazing. It's just the practice. Tough, easy. आप में से किसकी शादी हुई है? बाकी जिनकी नहीं हुई है, अच्छा, कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रिवेंशन ज्यादा होती है तो कॉस्ट ऑफ इंटरनल एक्सटर्नल फेलियर कम हो जाता है. तो अगर आप इसको समझ के अप्लाई कर लेंगे तो फिर इजी हो जाएगा.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
Yes.
आपने जो 3 फॉर्मूला जैसे प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं, इसमें 2 राय नहीं है मेरा कि मैं नहीं फॉलो करूंगा, मैं जरूर फॉलो करूंगा.
आपकी शादी हो गई है ना?
नहीं प्रभु जी, वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस. So I'm not going to deny आई विल जस्ट
No, you
फॉलो।
can.
No,
See, you
no,
have an
no.
option to deny.
नहीं, दूसरों के एक्सपीरियंस से मैं सीख लिया हूँ। ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे कुछ खुद ही एक्सपीरियंस करके देखना है, ठीक है। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि हम मैंने जो हमारे माता जी से सुना है कि उनको उनके माता जी ने जब जाते हुए बोला कि बाबा आप जिस घर में जा रहे हो तो उस घर में जाते हुए उस घर के कुत्ते को भी जी करके ही बात करना है आपको। बट द करंट सिचुएशन आज जो मैं सुन रहा हूँ आपसे, ये कम्प्लीटली अपोजिट टू दैट सिचुएशन है।
कुत्ते का बात आ गया।
हाँ, सो द थिंग मैं तो कर लूंगा, बट हम फैमिली में रह रहे हैं तो फिर उस टाइम में वो तो बिविल्डर हो जाएंगे कि मैं ये प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ और दे आर गोइंग टू प्रैक्टिस दैट।
Means I didn't understand. Let's say you are in a joint family और वो मैरिज करके आई और आपके घर में आप बोल रहे हो आपकी मम्मी ने ये सुन के आया था, उनकी मम्मी ने बोला था कि वहां के कुत्ते को भी जी बोलना।
हाँ,
हाँ,
लेडीज साइड से।
हाँ, तो अब आपकी
Now-
मम्मी एक्सपेक्ट करेगी कि जब वो आ रही है
हाँ हाँ,
तो कम
ऐसा
से कम तुम
situation-
उसके कुत्ते को तो जी ना बोलो,
हाँ हाँ
है ना?
सो उनके लिए तो ये काफी बिल्डर्ड हो जाएगा ना।
सही बात है,
फिर-
बिल्डरिंग तो है।
हाँ, सो ये सिचुएशन को कैसे हैंडल कर सकेंगे?
हाँ,
इस सिचुएशन को कैसे हम हैंडल कर
सबको
सकेंगे?
बेबिल्डर रहने दो, वो टेंशन है। आपको थोड़ा ना सबकी बेबिल्डरमेंट हटानी है। आपका कहाँ, आपका प्रोजेक्ट क्या है? आपके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स बड़े क्लियर हैं। See, that's a changing time, you know.
Yes.
Changing time, I'll not say changing time. मेरे को लगता है कि to some, do you think द्रौपदी was like that? कि कुत्ते को भी जी बुलाओ, वो भैया युधिष्ठिर को भी सुनाया था पकड़ पकड़ के अच्छे से। So I think it's slightly, we have extrapolated that aspect also a lot, you know. I mean there was that, but women used to question earlier. ऐसा नहीं है। एक बार when Lord Ram and Sita they were in exile, तो सीता स्टार्टेड क्वेश्चनिंग राम कि भैया बड़े बड़े राक्षस मार रहे हो और बहुत ज्यादा सर पे चढ़ गया लगता है तुम्हारे अस्त्र शस्त्र। भगवान को बोल रही है सीता, तुम्हारे सर पे चढ़ गया ये जो लेके घूम रहे हो ना धनुष बाण, looks like it is in your head, that's why you are killing indiscriminately. I think you have lost discrimination. Sita telling Ram, can you imagine? But that's what is there in our mind. So woman, this is our understanding that woman has to be ghar ki juti, is not something which is, I'll say, I mean we don't see that much in scriptures also. They are like, you know, I mean I don't see that in Bhagavatam really, if you really see. Yes, there were males who didn't handle their wives well, like, you know, Dhruv Maharaj's father was too much, you know, Suruchi was like, just she did or whatever nonsense she did, he just continued accepting. That was happening then also, which was not to be done, you know. He as a husband, he should have corrected, stop this nonsense, you know, this is not right. He should have. तो उसने सर पे चढ़ाया तो ये हुआ, तो अब सब कुछ मिलता है हमें। सो आई डोंट नो दैट this has happened in our parents' generation or probably maybe couple of generations more. I mean, I don't have data really to say that what happened before that. You know, it's really very tough to. But do you think it is logical? Do you think that is going to sustain? Just because this is a husband's dog, worshipable? No, it has to be love, you know. Very loving. It's my house. That's the context. Yeah, I'm coming to this house is mine, you know. But she should also be felt like welcomed. Okay. I mean, logically speaking, that is how it should be, right? And nowadays, when, you know, I was reading some data, you know, there is some extramarital affairs app which has started, you know, Glean or something like that. It was there in article in Business Standard. 41% of the highest subscription is going in Indians, you know. Yes, Indians. And tier 2 and 3 cities also, by the way. It's purely for extramarital things, you know. So it's a good adoption happening in India. See, the point is that no, you cannot, individuality you cannot start disrespecting. Just because a person is coming, you start disrespecting an individual. You have no right to do that. Doesn't mean we are talking of something like, you take care of protecting. That's why I told protecting means being happy. Now, if she's happy now, she'll actually accept with love the dog of your family. It's about why she should, come to this point of, yes, your dog is also mine. Because she feels secured and accepted and welcomed and cared. She'll do it. She'll do it. And that happens even now. Okay, but not by force, not by rule. And I can do whatever nonsense. I can come, drink alcohol, come, give a slap, sleep, whatever I have to do, I do. It's not right. You respect, she'll definitely respond by respecting. I mean, it's like this. You have a pet. Okay, you have a car. Okay. Who serves you? Car serves you or you serve car? Who serves you? Car serves you or you serve the car? But who starts serving first? It's you. You take care of the car runs for you. You can say, because you are my car, you have to serve me. Kar lo. And I don't take care of it. You fill the fuel, car will run for you. Simple. Let's say if I have a horse, okay, and I say, my horse, and it should run for me, and you are not giving, you give grass and the horse will run for you. But point is, we think, oh, it is me, this, I want to do it. So that's, we need to get into, so that's why, many people have, lost this, people have taken the very externals of Vedic life or Vedic principles, very externals, and the spirit is lost. That's why the institutions are getting lost. Marriage as an institution, why it is getting lost? Why do you think it is happening? The most traditional countries of world, marriage as an institution is breaking most there. One of the countries, South Korea. You see the statistics. South Korea was like India of 50s, very traditional, very, very traditional. Nobody wants to get married because I know you must have this, but you have to manage the problem, yaar. You can keep saying this modern life, this. भाई आपके criticize करने से कुछ बदल जाएगा क्या? You see what you can do. What can you do? In my life, what can I do? At least the justified part we should do, right? Of giving respect to the people. Then why not? Why will people not? I have seen people from the very hep societies also who get that kind of love from the husband and there is a very good relationship, they keep talking about it. Nowadays people are doing that also. They're talking about their relationship with their spouse, how to make it better. They are very nicely talking about it because they get that. So I think it is, we can keep saying multiple reasons, but as I told, taking the ownership in the thing to make. I know your question was short, but I gave a slightly longer this thing, but yeah, the point is this, अभी उस साइड को भी देते हैं, थोड़ा बैलेंस हो जाएगा. मैं बैलेंस का ऑफ लेट फैन बन गया हूँ.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for these wonderful and strong basic and strong principles for the good relationship.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, my question is the basic thing to handle a negative situation is patience. So I want to know like how to be patient and what is the reason behind we are not being patient in negative situation.
Where do you work? Where do you work?
IT, Prabhuji.
Which company?
Accenture.
Accenture.
Yes.
Okay. You practice patience there?
No, Prabhuji.
No. You will be fired if you can't. Are you sure you don't practice patience?
Because there is environment, na? So it automatically like.
You see result of being patient.
Result of being patient, yes.
So you have to see the result of being patient. Here, if you become patient and apply these principles, I am not saying patient like become patient who can't say anything. become patient to hold your intelligence and talk properly, maturely. To practice that maturity, if you have to have that patience, you should know that there is an outcome for this. What is that outcome you are looking at here? उधर पैसा मिलता तो हम इमीडिएटली हो जाते हैं ना, जितने भी बड़े शेयर हो घर में वहां पे आ जाते हैं ना, सुतली में सब के सब, हाँ सब आ जाते हैं ना ऐसे एकदम, हो यस सर, इमीडिएटली वी आर अ चेंज पर्सन, बिकॉज वी सी यार नहीं होगा तो यहाँ पे तो भाई आई हैव टू डू इट, वी इमीडिएटली अडेप्ट, वी आर वेरी गुड इन अडेप्टिंग, बट हियर वी डोंट, व्हाई? Because we are not prayojan, sambandha vedeya prayojan, right? We are still not convinced about the prayojan of married life, prayojan of a satisfied grahastha life. We still don't know it. We still feel कि I have to do it, I have to. और उसमें हम लोग फिर ऐड करते थे आई हैव टू फॉर कृष्णा. वंस आई आस्क्ड भक्ति रसामृत महाराज दैट महाराज, I was like, when I got married, I was like, 4 days preaching, and this and that and this, and I was like, I'll get married only for doing preaching, I said, no. It's a duty of grahastha to beget children. Oh, Maharaj, I'll just do preaching, No, it's a duty to beget. And finally, okay, Maharaj, for your pleasure, I'll do kids, It was not nonsense, You have to really understand why it is good for you. So sometimes we just say, I have to do it, I'll do it for Krishna's pleasure, I have to do it. No, you understand why it is good for you. Cause and effect. If you continue to practice impatience, what is going to happen? Think. Socho. If you practice patience, you will get a fruit of it. Why will you not be motivated? हमें सोचना पड़ेगा, इसलिए आई थिंक मॉर्निंग लीला राधा वाज टॉकिंग वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, वी डोंट पॉज टू थिंक. एक चीज हम सब में एक बहुत कॉमन है, वी आर वेरी रेडी टू वर्क हार्ड एक्सटर्नली. आप 10 घंटे काम करा लो हमसे, 12 घंटे काम करा लो, हम 15 घंटे काम कर लेंगे, बस सोचने के लिए मत बोलो. सोच आप लो मेरी तरफ से, ये लो आउटसोर्स, डिसीजन मेकिंग इज आउटसोर्स टू द अथॉरिटी. आप सोच लो मेरी तरफ से भाई, सोचने का काम मत बोलो मैं 12 घंटे काम कर लूंगा. अरे भाई, टेक अ पॉज, थिंक. ठीक है ना? So we have to think, if I continue to be impatient like this, what are going to be the consequences? Do you want those consequences? Become patient. Simple.
Prabhuji, it will come gradually by practicing.
Yes, because once you are convinced this is the result, prayojan, like you are convinced, prayojan, going back to God, I'm going back to God. सुन के. So now abhi even if you are not perfect, you still do it. Still try do it. No saha nischay dhairya. Same thing continues. There. Back. Bhimraj Prabhu is saying, get out, do your duty of moving out. वो कह रहे हैं हाँ. See, the class is officially over. Now or tomorrow? Oh, okay. So there are devotees for Kirtan? You call them inside. They can also. Where are they? Who approves Sham Prabhu? We'll do common dancing Kirtan. One last question. Okay. He is saying no. हाँ, पोस्ट क्लास कर लेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. ओके, ठीक है, मैं यहीं पर ही हूँ. ओके, सो वी कैन डिस्कस. हरि बोल श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल.
Hare Krishna, devotees can help in winding up the